Sean "Diddy" Combs, a music mogul worth hundreds of millions, a producer behind some of hip-hop's biggest names, and now, the center of one of the most shocking trials in recent memory. What began as quiet allegations has exploded into full-blown federal charges, disturbing testimonies, and serious consequences. So what exactly is going on with the Diddy trial right now? And what could happen next? Let's break it down. 1. The background. For decades, Diddy, also known as Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, or Deshaun Combs, has been a towering figure in entertainment. From founding Bad Boy Records to launching fashion lines, he's been everywhere. But behind the glitz and glamour, whispers of abuse, control, and intimidation have lingered for years, until recently, when those whispers turned into lawsuits and federal investigations. In late 2023, singer Cassie Ventura, Diddy's former partner, filed a lawsuit alleging years of abuse. That case was settled in under 24 hours, but cracked open the floodgates. 2. The charges. Diddy is now facing multiple federal charges, including sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, transportation for prostitution, possession of illegal substances with intent to distribute. Federal prosecutors claim Diddy led a criminal enterprise involving sex, drugs, and violence that spanned over a decade. If convicted, he could be sentenced to life in prison. 3. The testimonies. Now, let's talk about the key players who have testified, because their accounts are jaw-dropping. Cassie Ventura. Cassie testified that Diddy controlled every part of her life, from her career to her body. She described being forced into drug-fueled sex parties, threatened when she tried to leave, and physically abused on multiple occasions. One quote stood out: "I can't get out." Dawn Richard. Yes, the former Donny Kane singer. She claimed she witnessed Diddy beat Cassie with a frying pan, and that he threatened her and others with violence if they ever spoke out. Dawn's testimony painted Diddy as a man with unchecked power and rage. Carrie Morgan. Cassie's ex-best friend, Carrie, testified about witnessing Diddy dragging Cassie by her hair, trying to break into her home with a hammer, and even assaulting Carrie herself, allegedly leaving her with a concussion. David James. A former personal assistant, James testified that Cassie once told him, "This lifestyle is crazy. I can't get out." He painted a picture of a cult-like environment, where Diddy's rules controlled everything from staff movements to the drugs used during parties. 4. The defense's argument. Diddy's legal team is pushing back hard. They admit some of the behavior may seem immoral, but they argue that this doesn't rise to the level of federal crimes. They're questioning the motivations of witnesses, the lack of physical evidence, and the timing of these stories. Their goal? To frame this as a #MeToo-era overreach, based on salacious claims with no solid proof. 5. What happens next? The trial is expected to last for weeks, with more witnesses lined up and possibly even recordings being introduced. Sources close to the prosecution suggest that more women may come forward. If the jury sides with the prosecution, this could be one of the most high-profile convictions in music industry history. But if the defense casts enough doubt, it's possible Diddy walks. What's happening in that courtroom isn't just about one man. It's about power, celebrity, and the systems that let both go unchecked for far too long. We'll be following every twist and turn of this case. So if you want updates as soon as they drop, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Diddy is guilty? Or is this a massive smear campaign?